Yep, CC is finally over. Don't they usually put the latest permanent and rotating sites into the training grounds? I think you can still get contract bounties from Nameless Sanctuary, the latest permanent map. I guess it will rotate eventually. Not that I need those contract bounties anymore, and I probably won't be around when it does rotate eventually. This is probably the last time I'll be playing Arknights, so here's one last look at my account. Why am I quitting Arknights, you may ask? I wrote a somewhat random blog post that talks about it, but essentially, it's the lack of time and passion for the game. In other words, burnout. It's a weird feeling, dropping a game I've been playing for over 3 years, nearly 4 years now. I've played this game since launch, logging in almost daily and participating in events. I've leveled up and promoted so many operators. But I don't really play Arknights anymore, if that makes sense. I rarely clear stages on my own anymore. Whenever new event stages drop, I search for AFK clears on YouTube. I could totally clear most stages with my own strategies. I have plenty of operators to do that, but I just can't be bothered. I don't even read the stories anymore. I just skip everything. I wanted to at least make the effort to read the main story quests, but it's such a slog. I've only just finished Chapter 10 about a month or 2 ago. I've barely started with Chapter 11, and now Chapter 12 is on the horizon. I originally wanted to go out with a bang with CC12. Max risk all the dailies. Go as high as I can on the permanent map. If you've seen my videos, you know that I gave up the former after 1 week. And the latter never went beyond risk 18, and obviously I followed a guide for this one. A mostly AFK clear, no less. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with Arknights. Fortunately, I can fill the void with Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Nope, just kidding. I'm dropping those too. Same deal. Burnout. Lack of time. Having a job does that, I guess. Did I ever mention about employment in this video? Anyways, I suppose I can also talk about these games too. I got a few more characters to burn. People often criticize Hoyoverse for not allowing players to skip the story in their games. But looking at how I just ended up skipping Arknight stories for months, maybe they were onto something. When I returned to playing Genshin, I made sure to minimize the risk of burnout. I often leave my resin capped. I don't even do the daily commissions sometimes. I focused exclusively on exploration and completing the various quests I haven't finished. Yoimiya's second story quest was really good. It finally convinced me to triple crown her. She definitely deserves it. Bless her heart. I also resumed the various world quests in the Sumeru Desert region. Jet's questline in particular was really great. One of the best world quests I've experienced so far. My only complaint was that the desert had way too much underground areas to explore. This was before they added the multi-layered map in version 4.0. I kept track with the official interactive map, but even then, trying to reach 100% exploration of the region was a nightmare. Speaking of 4.0, the Fontaine region and story are honestly pretty great. They added a few quality of life features too. And the Melusines are pretty cute. By the way, did you know that in terms of male and female Genshin creature breeding, Melusines are the most compatible species?
Stop it. Get some help.
Anyways, version 4.1 arrived and I felt the burnout creeping in, so I'm entering another hiatus. I didn't think I would stop playing Honkai Star Rail so soon, but shit happens. Keeping the somewhat relevant theme of stories, Belobog had a pretty solid story arc. Nothing too extravagant. The space station basically served as the introduction, and Belobog showed what you can really expect from Star Rail. The Xianzhou Luofu seemed promising, but the way it ended really left a sour taste. Dunshu seemed like a major antagonist, but was then dismissed for the real baddie, who was actually an imposter among us. They also killed our fox wife, then hinted that she might not be dead, but then they held a funeral for her anyways. It's such a mess! I don't know. Maybe there's some explanation in some of the companion missions, but I haven't bothered playing them after that disappointing Trailblaze mission. I lost the will to play this game towards the end of version 1.3. The current version 1.4 apparently brings you back to Belobog to deal with the IPC. I heard Bronya has to pay taxes or something. Topaz does interest me, but I'm not really motivated to play again for a little while. To sum it up, I'm dropping all my gacha games. Probably. They say you never really quit a gacha game. Something about sunk cost fallacy and shit. I guess we'll see in a few months. Until next time, thanks for watching.